Hi, today I'm going to tell you why you should never ever throw the yolk of an egg away. Okay, I'm going to explain this to you and let you know why. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you guys out there how to minimize and slow down hair loss by the way you cook your eggs. And also women, it's going to tell you how to improve the quality of your skin and hair by the way you cook your eggs. That's very important, how you cook them. Before we get started, please take 1 second to subscribe and hit the little bell down there and share this on social media, because it's not going to kill you to share this with people and it might just help them out, okay? So egg yolks, what's the big deal? So if you're like me, forever you've been told that all the stuff you don't want in eggs is in the egg yolk, right? And so that's why when you go to some restaurants, they have egg white omelets, or you can get a bagel with just egg white on it. Let me tell you, that's a wrong nutritional move to make. You don't want to just eat the white, okay? And here's why. For decades, we've been tricked into thinking that the yolk is full of bad things like fat and cholesterol. Well, it turns out that our federal government, being the benevolent, omnipotent entity that they are, has misled us about this. Now the federal government is backtracking, and they're slowly but quietly but surely saying, well, fat in your diet is not anything of concern. Cholesterol is not something we're concerned about monitoring, or even listing a maximum amount a day you should eat. And so you'll see that over the next 5 to 6 years that the federal government backtracks completely away from having a stance against fat in the diet or cholesterol. That's coming, so just watch for that. So the egg yolk. Did you know there's almost as much protein in an egg yolk as there is in the white? Yeah, it's true. A little less, but almost as much. So if you only ate the yolk, you would get almost as much protein as if you ate the white, okay? So what I do, and what I'm going to counsel you to do, is to eat the whole egg. That's how God made it. So just eat the whole egg. If you're going to throw anything away, throw some of the whites away, because too much protein in your diet, if you listen to my channel, you know, can actually raise your insulin level, which can make you hold weight and tend to try to make you insulin resistant, even though it's a protein. And that's a true story. You can Google that if you don't believe me. So what is in the yolk that's not in the white of an egg? Okay? All of the fat-soluble vitamins, which are vitamin A, vitamin D, E, and K, are in the yolk. There's none in the white whatsoever, okay? So if you're throwing the yolks away, you're throwing away all the fat-soluble vitamins, which are in charge of thousands of biochemical reactions in your body. So stop throwing away the yolks, okay? Tons of calcium, almost all the zinc and selenium are in the yolk, not in the white. Okay, choline, which you may have heard is a lipotropic, which helps you burn fat, that's in the yolk. That's not in the white. Biotin. Wait a minute. Biotin, that's good for your hair and your skin and your nails, right? Ladies, you've heard of that, but guys, you need to know about that too, because we're going to talk about that at the end of this video. If you cook your egg wrong, there's a protein in egg called Biotin, which binds to biotin. And if you don't cook your egg right or properly, then the Biotin cancels the biotin, so it's like there's no biotin in there. But if you cook the egg right or properly or correctly, then the biotin is available for you to use for your hair, your skin, and your nails. And we'll get to that in just a few minutes. What else is in the yolk? How about DHA? Ever heard of that? That's a huge deal. You can buy DHA supplements. Well, guess what? You don't have to buy a supplement. Just eat the yolk, and it's in there, okay? Always try to buy locally sourced, locally grown eggs from chickens who have been allowed to pasture, which means run around and eat bugs and eat grass and eat real things that chickens like to eat. It's not that the eggs you buy in the grocery that were factory raised are necessarily bad for you, but they're way less good for you than the eggs that were raised by Miss McGillicuddy down the road, okay? Chickens that are able to run and eat bugs and eat grass and eat what they want to, their eggs have a much darker yolk. And the reason is because there's much more vitamins, much more minerals, much more nutrients in there than there are in the factory-raised, grocery store available eggs. And so you can also find eggs in the grocery that have all the appearances of being farm-raised, and they'll say cage-free and all these things. but I promise you, you're not going to do better than the eggs you buy from Miss McGillicuddy, who lives down the road, whose chickens get to run around in the yard and eat bugs. Those are the eggs you want to eat, I promise you, okay? So DHA, biotin, choline, all the B vitamins, B12, folic acid, or folate, all those are in the yolk. There's very little in the white. Really, all is in the white is just protein. So if you've been eating egg whites and throwing away the yolks, please don't ever do that again. Either eat the entire egg, or for me, I usually eat 6 eggs at a time. I've been doing that for about, a lot of years. 30 years? Yeah, 30 years I've been doing that. 6 eggs a day, that's about my routine. My cholesterol's great. It's not an issue. It's been proven time and time again that the fat and cholesterol in eggs don't raise your cholesterol. I think the average egg has something like 180 milligrams of cholesterol, and your body makes 3,000 milligrams of cholesterol a day, so that's like background noise. It's not going to raise your cholesterol, so eat the yolks, okay? So buy local eggs, eat the yolk, and if you're going to do what I do, if out of my 6 eggs, I'll probably throw 2 of the whites away because I don't want to eat too much protein because it'll raise my insulin level and it'll make me try to hold fat around the middle. And I've noticed that if I eat bread or if I eat too many egg whites, I'll start to gain fat in the middle. And I don't want that because I'm trying to lead by example, not just do as I say, but also do as I do. And so I try to be one of those doctors that if a patient just asks me to, I can stand up and take my shirt off and not be embarrassed because I try to walk the walk and walk the talk. I try to do both. So now let's talk about if you want to minimize hair loss, guys, and ladies, if you want your skin and your hair and your nails to be as pretty as possible, how should you cook your egg? Here's how. You want to have the white completely cooked, okay, because the Biotin, which is a protein in the white, if you don't cook that completely and inactivate that protein, it will bind up the biotin that's in the yolk, and you won't really be able to absorb it, so you won't get that biotin. And people buy capsules of biotin. Oh, you don't have to do that. Just eat the yolk, but cook the white until it's done. Now, the yolk itself, you want to be as raw as possible. And so the best way to cook your eggs so that you have the minimal hair loss and you have the maximum amount of biotin available for your hair, your skin, and your nails is over easy so that the white's done and the yolk is still runny. That's the perfect way to cook an egg for your hair, your skin, and your nails. Now, if you like this video and you want to hear more like it, then subscribe and hit the bell. I promise it only takes a second. Just hit the subscribe button. Come on. What are you waiting for? Do that and maybe share this on social media or share this with your mom or your dad, somebody who's worried about the yolks and the fat and the cholesterol. They maybe haven't heard the word yet. You don't have to worry about it anymore, okay? This is Dr. Berry, and I love doing this stuff. If you have any ideas for a future topic, please comment below. I answer every comment, and I love ideas for future videos. See you next time.